I I got this idea just really randomly, like as I was just doing stuff around the house, like, okay, what about talking to people, um, that's been affected by COVID-19? Thanks, Ruth. Yes. How have you been affected, or how people have been affected? So, there's like, obviously you've got the people on the front line, and you have people with businesses, students, entrepreneurs, so many different groups of people have been affected by what's going on, but we're not really hearing their stories. So I thought, hey, why not just get some people online? Let's have a chat. How is it affecting you? Tell us how you're coping with it, spiritually, mentally, because boy, this is a time where if you're not a Christian, yeah, all I can say is get to be one, because only God can really get you through these times, because it's hard. This is real testing. You're not a Christian until you've been tested on your faith. Like, can you really trust God, and can you really rely on God and all that kind of stuff? So, it's a difficult time. So I thought, why not get in touch with some people? Are you up for chatting? They were like, yeah, sure, great. So over the week, we're going to have teachers, we've got doctors, we've got a couple who are going to be talking about married life in quarantine, because, look, China had high rate in divorces yet. How do we avoid having divorce? How do we avoid that? So I've got a couple who are going to be talking about that. And then we've got musicians. We've got someone from America as well who's going to be joining us. And we've also got someone who survived COVID, who actually survived the actual virus. So they're going to be sharing their story later on this week, and you can hear straight from the horse's mouth how they felt and all that kind of stuff. So today I've got two guests. So I've got a student. We're going to be talking to them because the stories I've been hearing about students that have been affected by this is nuts. It's absolutely crazy. And there's not even guaranteed that some of them are actually going to graduate or what's going to happen. Day. So it's quite a scary thing. It's really, really scary. So we're going to be hearing firsthand from a student how that's affecting her. All right, let me see if I can get my first guest on. I think she should be on. So I got to look for her name. There we go. Okay. If she gets in. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, here she is.
Hi.
How are you, Yolanda? You good?
I'm good. This is weird.
It's okay. It's kind of crazy. I'm like, this is weird. This is really weird.
Can you see and hear me clearly?
I can, yeah, perfect. Absolutely great. Totally great. Guys, before we start, okay, I need you to show my guest Yolanda some absolute love right now, because why? It's her birthday today. It is her birthday. Listen, give her some love. Show her some love. Happy birthday. Just like throw some birthday love at her. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually having a really wonderful birthday, actually. So I'm like, oh, so people actually do love me. So last year, those people that couldn't pick up the phone, what was going on? Because the amount of phone calls I've received today, I promise you, it got to a time where I was like, I only have one phone and I only have one mouth. I can't do this anymore. I actually needed a nap. I was like, maybe I should nap first. But no, I'm enjoying myself. Oh, thank you guys.
See the whole love. Look at that. Hey, FL. Hey. Look at that. See that? It's I think for a lot of people, it's really hard, like,
Very.
Celebrating their birthday in this midst, because everything that's going on is like, what is there to celebrate? Why, but do you really need people to celebrate your birthday with? Or can you?
I can celebrate by myself. I don't know about other people. I'm okay. If you don't want to celebrate with me, I'll be fine. It's just the human interaction. So, and the option, because usually, I think I'm trying to think back to last year. Last year, I didn't really want to do anything. I was very last minute about planning my dinner. So it's this time round where I was like, I actually want to do something. And I'm like,
That's what you get.
Yeah.
Little things like that, but want to know more, basically.
Pretty much. But it's nice.
It's good, definitely. And you look pretty. You look so gorgeous. Wow, I feel very underdressed right now because all I have is like powder blusher.
But I was like, I don't know who's going to be on your live.
Attempt to do my I didn't want to please. I didn't want to.
I didn't know who was going to be on your live, so I had to make sure. If you don't know, these people can start trolling you and start telling you this girl that she had. The internet is mean.
Then let them try it. Let them try it. All right. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about you. You're actually a student, and obviously, you know, today's your birthday. The virus, whole pandemic thing has affected your day. Tell us like where you go. Actually, no, don't tell us where the uni you go to because you know safety and all that kind of stuff. Let's be protective of these kind of things. Tell us the course that you're doing and what year you are in.
Cool. So I am a final year accounting and finance student. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so final year, accounting and finance. You've been just studying for the last however many years. Okay, so there's some information that I know about you, about the courses and stuff like that. But do you want to tell them like that this is actually your second degree? Like
at this point, I'm like, yo, who sent you? Because you could have been chilling with the first one. You need not be here. You need not be here. And I think the thing that kind of gets me is that the first time round, because I wasn't really excited about my graduation. It was really quick. I just wanted the certificate and I was in and out. So I didn't get to do the whole caping down. My parents didn't even attend. So I'm thinking this time round we can do the whole shebang. And yeah, no. Does it mean I'll go and do another one? No.
No, it's all wow, crazy. But yeah, so you're in this course now, literally at the finish line,
yep.
And then now this happened. So what is the reality of how the pandemic has affected you as a student, and other students as well? Like, you know, what's going to be the outcome? Is there an outcome? Are there any plans for you that you're going to be able to graduate? So tell us the story, like, of things that are going to be happening or may happen.
I think firstly, it's important to give credit to those in charge of these institutions, those in high places, because this is just it's new for everybody. As they keep throwing the word unprecedented times, and this is what this is. So kudos to them for finding alternatives for us. So for my university, all the exams we were supposed to have at the end of April into May, they've swapped those for alternative assessments. And so it's similar to assignments, but it would be time constrained. So you have 48 hours to do it.
Okay.
So 48 hours, and then unfortunately graduation has been pushed back. So instead of graduating in June, right now it's looking like July, but that hasn't been confirmed. There's no heads or tails. There's nothing. Everything else and online lessons, you know, so that's what we've been having, which I haven't struggled with, because I'd like to think I'm an independent learner. So as long as I know what I'm doing, I can follow. I find it easy to follow. Where I need to ask questions, I'm fortunate enough to have people that I can call and ask them to go over lectures with me. And I use YouTube quite a lot. So whenever I don't understand, you know, certain calculations, I'll YouTube it out, and I'm okay. I'm quite independent on that, thankfully. But there is that. There's certain things that you can't deliver, or there's certain things that a lecturer can't deliver or go into depth with in terms of lessons, and even preparation for these alternative assessments. There's only so much they can tell you, because it's almost as if it's an open book. Effectively, that's what it is. So you're able to go back and look at, you know, previous notes that you have. So you're being handed, in my eyes, I think it's being handed to you on a silver platter. It's just good and bad. Good and bad.
Do you feel like you needed to work harder?
No, I've been working.
You to work harder.
I've been working. It's okay. No, I mean, I think it's interesting because it makes you wonder then, if they were able to implement these kind of alternatives, are they going to continue with them in the future? If it actually works. And then on the flip side, so for professional accounting bodies or for any other professional finance body, financial regulations, all of that, you want to make sure that your exemptions, if you are going to do professional or these professional qualifications, you want to make sure that you're still able to qualify for the exemptions. Yeah. So in my case, it's wondering, okay, if this component has been taken out from my module, are they going to accept me? Are they going to give me that exemption? So waiting to hear back from a lot of the professional bodies to see what's going to happen there. But everything else, your degree will still hold merit, because I think at the end of the day, they're not looking at the individual circumstances of that degree. They're just going to look at you across the board with the rest of 2020 graduates. But yeah, that is the reality of it. And losing out on your tuition fees. So that was something that someone actually brought up to me. So it said, March, April, May. So that's 3 months we haven't had, full teaching delivered to us. So do we ask to have our money returned back to us? Do we start a petition for that? I'm in 2 minds with that. I'm like, yes and no. Because it's like, we're all in the same boat.
I mean, having that tuition money back, because technically there's no real physical, there's nothing that you guys are actually getting. You're not getting anything for this 3 month period. I would ask for it back, because I mean, you're not there, and that 3 months of your tuition fee is up to you for other things like rent, bills, food, all these things that you take, you take for granted.
But on the flip side, your lecturers, I absolutely love all my lecturers, and I'm thinking about their efforts in trying to make this work. So in asking for that money back, what am I saying about the quality or what they've tried, their efforts? So it's almost as if you're taking away from their efforts, I feel. And I'm still in 2 minds.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hella bougie like that, so I will actually act. Not bougie, no, ratchet is the word. That's the word I was looking for. I'm straight up ratchet. Oh, that's what money like.
You want it back? Sorry.
Yes,
I guess it makes sense. It makes sense but I think maybe they'll agree half, because it's not as if nothing has been done. But it is, in terms of deadlines, though, the deadlines that we have, so everything is now due for June. And for my dissertation, I was set to, have my dissertation submitted April. Like, I was like, I'm going to do it. Now I'm getting closer to the end. I'm like, your momentum, like you've taken my momentum away.
There's nothing to do.
And that's another thing. If I finish my dissertation and the alternative assessments, they're not till June. What am I going to do in May?
That's so true. That is so true. Wow, that is so interesting. Yours truly, Grace, just said that her uni is doing online lectures to justify them having to pay for them.
See? And that's what they'll tell you. That is what they'll tell you. Yeah.
Wow. But I guess we just have to see how things plan out. Okay, so for you, in terms of like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, how has this impacted you? Like, where are you now? Like, are you able to focus? How is your relationship with God? What impact has this had on you? Because it's every single body on this planet, whether you're in a rural area or, built up, developed, you are affected. It has not escaped anybody whatsoever. It's like, it's no respect of person. It doesn't care who you are, what color, what race, nothing. So for you, how has it kind of affected you in those areas?
It's really interesting how the mind works. And I say this because on a normal day or pre, the whole lockdown, I don't go many places anyway. I don't really leave my house apart from the weekends. Monday to Friday at school, or, you know, when I was working, you come home, stay indoors. Saturdays, I like to be at home, and then you go to church, you come back home. But now it's like, somehow that's not, it's not enough. Like, it doesn't satisfy me. And maybe it's because I'm doing it day in and day out. So sometimes you have moments where you do feel sad. Like, you will actually just sit there and think, I feel sad. Yeah. But it's reminding yourself actually that, no, you just need some air, or maybe you just need to change what you're doing. So I've come up with a routine for myself, and that has helped. So morning, you wake up, you do your devotional. I do exercise. So I was going for a run. So we've got a field behind where I live. So go for a run, or this last week I've done indoor workout. Hasn't been successful. But hasn't. It's not the same. Like, it just doesn't feel the same. Like, it doesn't feel the same. And then come back. I've tried to set times for myself, so no TV or no movies for a certain amount of time for a period, and then change it up. Have a session where I'm listening to music. Spiritually, I think I'm now picking up momentum again. I was okay. You know, you do your usual devotional times and whatnot. You keep up with that, but I think this time now calls for me to step it up a bit more and to press in deeper. Simply because there are certain things that I would like to have in place for myself by the time this whole period is over. And it's not to now put pressure on myself, but there's just certain personal achievements I would like to have, or just personal development on the side of personal development. So I think I'm doing okay, and I've got wonderful friends. So I think at least every day I know I spent maybe 2 hours laughing. There's always something. I think it's perspective as well, how you choose to look at it. You can mope about it. Right. You can spend a week moping about it. But I think the sooner everybody complies and stays indoors, the sooner we can, move past it. And hopefully, they make other developments in terms of, vaccinations. And
that's the thing. The vaccination, the testing, all these kind of things are the things that I'm waiting for, and whatnot. All right, so before you go, what advice would you give first of all, to students? Because I'm sure there are some students who are watching this right now, or maybe doing a course on the side. I'm not quite sure. Like, what would your advice be to them in this period right now? And and I guess from a faith perspective as well, like, what would you say?
I think the first thing is, if you have, assignments to do that they've pushed back, hey, don't procrastinate. Do it as if, your deadline was next week. Still do what you need to do, and make sure that, your work is at an excellent standard. Because obviously the criteria are going to change, the criteria are going to move and whatnot. So don't leave any room. So if they should move the goalpost, make sure that you put yourself in a position that wherever that goalpost is, you are in that box. Faith perspective, I think it's a time to really rediscover God. Really rediscover him, and to just fall in love with him again. So that first love that you had, that fascination that you had with, reading your Bible, I think this is a really a key time to do it. And I think if you really had a desire to hear him, I think that you're more likely to hear him now, simply because there's a stillness, a natural stillness that is around. Those are my
Definitely. Wow. Pretty good. So I want to say thank you so much for joining today. My first guest of many this week, which is fantastic. And I didn't realize it was just the fact that today's your birthday as well. And I was like, oh, wow.
Brilliant. It was perfect timing.
Yeah, absolutely perfect timing. And Toyi just said that, teachers are trying to find their feet as well.
Exactly. So you've got to understand that. And this, like, you can complain and say, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. But until you're in their position, and they're thinking about it long term as well. They're not just thinking about it, let's just, in their mind, it's not just about, let's just give them the grades, because they have to prepare you for the future. It's no good passing every student, because you'll end up with uneducated graduates, and that's not good for anybody. That's no good. But kudos, well done to the teachers.
Yeah, shout out to teachers. We've got a teacher who we're going to be speaking to, I think is tomorrow. We've got a teacher coming on tomorrow talking about their experience as well, and just how they're trying to navigate and cope, and the routines that they have, just things like switching a little bit. So we're going to be speaking to a teacher tomorrow about that and whatnot. So so Yolanda, thank you so much
for having me.
Beautiful, completely, and happy birthday as well. I feel like I'm stuck tomorrow now. Can you come over and do my makeup for like 6 meters? 2 meters of
YouTube tutorials.
YouTube. I just can't be bothered. I'm just so lazy.
Like 10 minutes on YouTube a day.
10 minutes. Okay. I don't even think I have the right kind of stuff. You should see. I have like one little pouch. It's very small, basic makeup. So I'm not quite sure if that's gonna work. So but yeah, no. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, and good luck. Let us know how everything progresses.
By the way, before you brought me on, you said there's no certainty about whether people are going to graduate or not. All I know is that for me, myself, and we are graduating. I don't know about the rest of the people. I'm graduating. But that's it. That's all I know.
Amen. Yolanda is going to graduate. Everybody else as well. Because one thing, before I quickly go, actually, because one of the things that was said for students is that there's a lot of students, especially international students, they're really affected because some can't actually go back to their home countries.
Exactly.
So they have to stay here, not being able to study or whatever. And I think a lot of universities are now really helping with packages to help them with their weekly rent and have food.
Which is why we can't ask for our money back. It's
okay. I see that from that point. Oh my God. So anyway, thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. And have a lovely rest of your afternoon. And definitely keep us posted, yeah?
I will do. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Tony.
No worries. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.